back with round 2, and I say we, it's just me at the moment, just waiting for Paul to pull up. In the meantime, I thought I would talk over the match that we have here for round 2. We have CJ on the left, one of our newer players, playing Mono Ice, kind of sort of mid-ranging Mono Ice with Kurosami. And on the right we have Taylor running GigaWoL. He's been moaning at me all week about what to play, and this is what he decided on. So let's see how he can do here. Now, GigaWoL is pretty aggro. I'm not sure if CJ will be able to keep up with that aggression. Should be interesting to see though. And here comes Paul now. Don't rush, mate. You're alright. They're still shuffling. But yeah, GigaWoL versus Mono Ice could be interesting. Can CJ survive the aggression? Stall out long enough just to start really taking advantage of Taylor likely not having many cards in his hand.
Well, that's it. I mean, if GigaWoL hits the field early, who cares about hand discard? It's already all there.
Yeah, exactly that. Now, I'm not going to bother turning off the cards and then turn them back on because I'll forget. And yeah, I've also not recorded yet again, so let's do that. So see, this is why I shouldn't be allowed to do things on my own. So
we trust you. Okay, looks like Taylor rolling at 6.
Come on then, Taylor. Let's see what you got. Just respect from both players. Let's go round 2.
Looks like we have Taylor on the play.
Yep. Looks like we're going GigaWoL straight off the bat.
Is he going to draw for turn?
I mean, yeah, wait, is he not drawn?
I'm pretty sure he just pitched his whole hand for GigaWoL.
Yeah, hold up. Taylor, hold up. Oh, dear. So, yes, bit overly enthusiastic is Taylor, because, yeah, so Gareth has also approached the table. I think he also noticed this. Just discussion what to do here, because that is pretty big. A bit over rambunctious there, Mr. Taylor. So I think we might be getting a warning on this one because it is still an official tournament. Not sure. We'll have Paul let us know what the outcome is here. In the meantime, let's look at these lists. Is there anything out of the ordinary for this GigaWoL list? Doesn't look like same sort of usual culprits. Yuzuki, Gilgamesh, obviously Zeramus at 3. The one-offs are interesting because he's just gone 1 Bash, 1 Billy Bob. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. 2 Tivus, 3 Warriors of Light to go along with the Light Warrior Light, and of course 2 Irvins in there. Pretty standard stuff there on the GigaWoL. Yes, same there as CJ's list as well. Kind of standard mono Ice stuff. Obviously 3 of the new Opus 22 Legend Sephiroth, which is obviously a kill body, so why would you not? Cal Brenner from Opus 20 Hero as well as a one-off. 3 Rufus, 3 Kurosami. Funnily enough, he does also run, or was running Kate Sith, but it looks like he's actually taken it out because CJ wasn't a fan of the card, which is crazy because obviously he is running Emina in the list. And Emina is, of course, your searcher for any 2-drop character. And still the guys at the table discussing. Time obviously ticking down. But we shall wait to see what the official decision is here. Yes. Rambunctious little Taylor going off, ditching his own hand. Forgets to draw for turn. Just if you're tuning in now, gotta remember to draw for your turn, guys. It looks like because both missed the mandatory trigger, there might be a one on both sides here. Just from what I can eye spy and hear from where I am sat all the way over on the other side of the room. But as you might guess, Cardiff is rather busy and it is quite noisy. So here comes Paul. Let's see. Come on then, Paul. Sit down. Let's have the decision from you. What has been decided on that misplay?
Okay, so yeah, we did miss the mandatory trigger of drawing a card for turn. And considering that the game state had progressed slightly further onwards, we have to give Taylor a caution for that one, just to make sure that we keep the integrity of the game up and running. But yeah, we put the first card that should have been his draw into hand, and then milled another one to correct the game state as best as possible.
Awesome, good to know. In the meantime, though, Taylor has hit a Axstar and he's hit a Alphano there.
Alphano, yeah.
So going to get an additional search because it entered from an ability, and he's selected the Bash. So at one point, I genuinely thought you were kind of going to say that both were going to get a caution because they both missed it. So
well, I think basically we did explain to both players that it is both players' responsibility to assume that to make sure a correct game state is maintained at all times.
Sure.
I mean, both players were politely warned, but also the Taylor was given an official caution for missing a crucial thing like that.
Yeah. Now, in the meantime, though, Taylor absolutely going off, gets the free play Bash off of the Axstar, goes searching for the wall to protect, fire the S effect. So just so you all know, until the end of the turn, Warrior of Light and the forwards of 3 you control. This turn, the foes cannot be chosen by some sort of abilities. Now, we have also missed a trigger on the Axstar.
It does need the Dull and Freeze.
Yeah, run, Paul, run. Yeah. Now, I think the damage part of Axstar is not mandatory, but yeah, because it is choose one forward opponent controls, which obviously there is none, but we do need to dull freeze that Warrior of Light. And Paul is back. Getting your steps in already, mate.
Oof.
Second game.
I'm going to need to get some sort of walkie-talkie system on the go, I think. This is.
Can we get earpieces like the Secret Service?
Oh, yeah. Let's get those glass bottom tables like in the poker series, you know. Just...
Oh, mate, would love it. I've always said the dream is hand cam, but part of me thinks that's a little bit outside our budget.
We will endeavour to bring you the best possible experience from what we can do, and we really hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that is finally CJ's go. And it's a very big, tough turn one to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
CJ doing probably his best Zidane impression right now, from what you can see on the map. Hands on head. How do I deal with this board state?
Yeah, I don't think he's got anything that can.
That's right.
The Kurosame is going to take time to set up to try and even dull and freeze this, but he has the Warrior Light in hand as well.
Mm-hmm. So we know that anything targeting is just going to get negated.
I think if you can somehow try it, if you've got a turn one orphan there somewhere, that might be a goer.
I mean, maybe CJ is just erring on the side of caution, maybe deciding that this turn is dedicated to trying to build up some backups and survive, so that next turn you can come back with something a bit more potent. Let's see what we got going on here.
Just not seeing it with the list. If he does have Arcanist.
Arcanist would be a really good shout right now.
If he does, like, he always searches this Edgar. If he searches this Edgar, that is a mistake. He can get Arcanist. He doesn't get the Arcanist. Oh, no.
Oh, no, Edward's going back into the deck. Okay,
Please get the Arcanist. Come on, CJ.
Arcanist, that's what it's in there for, man.
Yeah, you can stop all these threes going forward. Come on, CJ. Arcanist is your out.
And we've gone for Shinryu Celestia instead. I mean, it's good when you can get up to those 5 backups, but right now I think Arcanist was the correct play. We'll see how that pans out for him, though.
Yeah, I will say...
We may have Arcanist in hand already. I think I just saw one, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we might be good then. Take the Arcanist if you've got the CJ.
Yes.
There it is,
yes,
okay.
Yes,
cool,
yes.
well
Nicely
played.
done. So we are only looking at 3 damage this turn, and
potentially only 4, maybe 1 a turn thereafter. That is a hand that you want to see if you're CJ. Absolutely, the answer was there already. I thought maybe that the pressure of being on his first stream might have gotten to him, but absolutely
cool.
not. Absolutely. Now he's got enough time to set up.
I'm going Aria 3. Probably just getting a 4-colour wall for the potential to
and
the field.
I agree there, Paul, in the chat. It probably was the best he could do.
Yeah.
Again, for a moment there, I thought he kind of let it slip. that maybe he didn't get the Arcanist, but he already had it. And sadly, mate, he does not have Cymru in his list either. Oh, wait, no. Actually, I tell a lie. He does.
We do have Cymru.
Yeah.
Does Cymru Celestia also become card name Cymru?
Oh, I think it does, you know.
That might be something to watch out for later on, if that does come on down.
We can find out. Cymru Celestia is a card
It's
name.
also card name Celestia.
Not Cymru.
Okay,
Okay,
that's a lucky save.
No, we're good there. So that is fine. So we've taken the 3 damage. We've got to leave the Arcanist up. And there's the Cymru Celestia. To be honest, I would have been in... Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Double...
Okay. Can the Arcanist still be paid for, though? Because I can't remember what the... Oh, no, he can't. He cannot pay for the Arcanist now, though.
No, that's right. I mean, 1 haste forward from Taylor, and this is all over.
Oh, dear. I think we've lost it. A Tivus search and free play. Probably the Yuzuki, I would have guessed, but
Either Yuzuki or maybe Moogle, just to really lock CJ down that bit further in case.
CJ has a card in hand. I've just noticed. You're all right.
Okay, we're cool.
And
Cool.
no bots. We do not want cheap viewers. Thank you very much. We want the best type of viewers that like Final Fantasy.
I mean, if there was a bot to get more people playing this game, that would be great. But,
Yeah.
you know, I'll just have to let the local singles in my area down for today.
Not to sort of lower the tone of no conversation or nothing, but I have been to Poland, and if there's Polish women in my area, count me in.
Yeah, fair.
So anyway, yeah, we have gone with the Yuzuki.
Yep.
Off with the Tivus for the free play.
Just that little bit of extra protection.
Yeah.
Yep, so we are declaring that all 3
Freeze.
costs may not attack.
Yeah. So we can now slowly start taking a little bit of damage, but CJ needs to get something in as a bit of a blocker.
That's right. I mean, we're going to be needing at least 2 backups maintained.
I think getting rid of that orphan there may be a mistake. That could have been a big hit. Because at least you could start stripping stuff from Taylor's hand as well. Make it harder for him to play anything else.
That's right. I mean, it's...
Cause,
if it's a Warrior of Light in hand, you're just going to stack the S effect anyway on the discard, but at least you are forcing the issue.
Yeah.
You know, you're not giving Taylor the choice to do it at their leisure. You will just simply do it at... You know, you're forcing decisions. You're trying to make the game state as preferable to you as possible.
So, I think the problem we got now, because we had to Arcanist last turn, even if we do Cymru, we can't afford the S effect.
No, that would be... It's going to be one or the other. Unfortunately, no. I think, well, CJ's in a safe position because, you know, a Arcanist will mean that currently in this board state only 2 more damage get through. That does buy him another turn.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be exactly enough.
To be honest, I would love if he did have a Cymru here, because in theory he could still have played Cymru for 2 and then left the Arcanist open with backups and then Cymru S effect next turn.
Okay, so we are going into our limit break. Looks like we are going to try Little Leela.
Wow, okay, that's an interesting one. It is...
No. Sorry,
Oh.
we are using Surges to freeze down the GigaWoL. Yep, that makes more sense.
I think Taylor got rid of the wall to be able to actually protect from the S effect here.
That's right. I mean, just freezing GigaWoL, is that worth cancelling? Apparently
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Okay. So that has been cancelled.
But that's fine, because now we still have a chump blocker on CJ's side of the board.
That's right. Just buying that few more turns time.
The thing is, he's got to be awful careful, because he doesn't want to keep discarding for the Arcanist.
That's right.
Because if he hits the Cymru, he's not going to be able to pay for the S effect.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Ice is really thin on the whole EX burst count. I mean, Orphan, 2 copies of in the break zone right there.
And there's another Arcanist. I think you're going to have to probably take a chump block.
I mean, you could just risk it and go down to 6. We know that Taylor's in combat now, so there's no issue.
But we have the
Cymru Celestia. That's nice. That's
Block
nice.
Buff to 9, I believe.
Buff by 4k, so buff to 11. That's
so
that's GigaWoL dealt with.
I don't know if you wanted to get rid of the GigaWoL, though. I would have preferred to get rid of the Tivus if you could.
I mean, the threat of constantly protecting is nice, but now just being able to play another GigaWoL might be a worse outcome.
Yeah.
I mean,
but again, I suppose you have to deal with it at some point.
I mean, the good thing is here is that Tivus now would have to attack and then trade, which I think CJ would take that trade all day.
Yeah.
I think, that's...
And the thing is, he's still got the second block, so I doubt Taylor's going to go in on this Tivus.
That's right, yeah.
So Cymru Celestia here might actually be a saving grace.
I mean, it's definitely given CJ more time. That's all we can ask for. I mean, Arcanist is going to have to be cast every turn, so you are down 3 CP every single turn. I mean, including the dulling of Arcanist. But you're alive, and that's important.
Now, in theory, again, if he has the Cymru, he can play it and now cast the S effect. But it doesn't look like he does, because I'm pretty sure you jump at that opportunity, right?
That's right. I mean, maybe CJ's just eyeing at whether it's worth getting rid of the whole hand, because that would be the commitment we're looking for here. We know that Taylor probably doesn't have any response on the stack to that. And it would be unfortunate if it was a fire card and Amaterasu just sitting there on Taylor's hand.
Oh god, yeah, absolutely. Does he run it? Does he? Oh, he is, yeah. Running only 2, though.
Only 2 copies.
It's probably all you
One
can
is enough.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's all you can kind of fit in the deck.
That's right,
but,
yeah. I mean, it's... this is very similar to Alex Hancock's build, actually, where, just a few copies of Amaterasu to stop those few key auto abilities.
Thank you for joining us, Steve, and coming in with an absolute cracker already. Like watching a guinea pig versus lettuce.
It's definitely got that vibe.
Yeah. Victor also there saying that he is now just given the light element in there for the Gilgamesh, but when you got Arcanist stopping all 3s, I don't think that really matters.
Okay, so we're going to go Fistless. We're going to draw a card.
He's got 2 in hand, so he does only get 1. Maybe he's just pulled a Shantato there. What's he thinking?
Okay, so we have just drawn the card off the top of the deck. Yep, sure.
Yeah, completely right. The Steve was Water Lightning, kind of Cat 8, Cat 4 combination with a ton of EX Burst versus Soiree, and it was on a knife edge, but it didn't look like a strong start from Chris. But well, worth checking out on the YouTube later because it was a close game.
Yeah, it was a real nail biter, very much representing Michael McMillan's Water Lightning deck versus a Soiree deck. Really exciting match.
Yeah. Shame. It could have gone either way though, but in the end, Liam just pipping out for the victory. So CJ here just stalling out with Fistless and Surges the block, but with the Cymru Celestia active and the Arcanist.
Okay, so it looks like we're going into, I assume, a Cloud limit break. Yeah. Yeah, pop that Surges.
Yeah. I think this was definitely the right call by CJ here to actually play the 5 cost Physalis, because at least you got a block. But I still don't think you're attacking him with that Tivus.
Oh no, that's right.
Steve, player count for us is 32 exactly, so it's going to be 5 rounds with a top 8 best of 3 to play as well. All in a single day, so we're going to be hanging by the end of it.
Oh, well, who says I'm not hanging now?
We're old, what can we say?
Yeah, we're hitting our full count of 32 players. It's one of the bigger events for the store celebration. A lot of them are just defaulting 20 so that everybody gets something in the form of a Mist Dragon full art.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's nice to have an abundance of events, but also, can't they be a bit bigger? Who knows?
Yeah. What's kind of crazy is that we're still missing quite a lot of our locals because we hit 30 on Thursday night.
That's right,
so,
yeah. I mean, we've got a couple of visitors here from Reading, Nottingham, Swansea, so a couple of people taking that drive, hitting the M4 hard.
So CJ able to stall out yet again, and here's the Cynru.
Here's the Cynru, okay.
Goodbye, Taylor's bored. He's looking at his hand though. Does he have the hammer? He wants to search. He's getting the search.
That's right. If there was an hammer, it's too late now.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Cymru blasting off yet again.
That's right. And Arcanist really coming in clutch for CJ, buying him those necessary extra turns just to get the board into his favour. I mean, now it is a completely different game.
Yeah.
We've got...
He wanted that, I guess, to stop the unblock one, but it cost 3. So, also, LB Kaz there, Taylor. Don't go in your break zone, mate.
They don't stay there. They do go,
Yeah,
but they don't stay. I will just...
Pause. It's just in case, because we need to know. And there's a GigaWoL on the damage too. Oh, that could be massive. Yeah, so I think Taylor's going to have an awful time trying to get back into this now. I think he was probably feeling safe because Cymru went to damage 1, and now Taylor has lost a GigaWoL. Oh, this could be over. This could be over. He's just thinking, just in case, I'm going to give something 4k at the end of turn just to flex.
Just because.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Victor there. The opening play really did decide it for Taylor, and there wasn't much more he could do. But now we're going to go Rufus as well. Does he? Well, he can play Rug, which is unfortunate, but we'll make him discard probably the only out that would really help here.
Probably would have gone for dulling and freezing the backup just to turn off a potential wall 7 later.
Yeah.
But Taylor's already got enough in hand just to overpay anyway, so I'm not sure how relevant that would be.
I'm not, like, he's got 1 left pretty much. I don't think he's lost 2 walls.
Okay, and there's half of Taylor's Amaterasu.
I think Taylor, after his week of agonising on what deck to play, may have chosen wrong.
And we do have the other Ami in hand as well, which is unfortunate.
Too late now, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
it
We're
is.
just offering the concession.
Well played to
Wow,
CJ.
Yet another great back and forth game there where it was very clearly one person's game, then the other person just proved us wrong.
Yeah, and that going to 5 backups turn 2 as well from CJ.
Yeah, 2
massive.
armourer on top of a 3rd backup turn 2 is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that it is. So guys, we will do a quick be right back, and we've got actually 7 minutes on the round, so we'll have a nice chat. Maybe we'll even get the loser on. So we will be right back. There we go.
Excellent.
We are live. I just did it wrong.
Yeah, so
well
that's
done.
amazing.
He knew.
I'm here. I'm professional. I do what I do.
Round
Making
2.
us all look bad.
Yeah, round 2 winner though, CJ. That was massive. Like,
It was big.
that was really
But
well
to be
played.
honest, it was calculated. It was the only out. It was what I was waiting for. He's playing a deck that needs so many 3 costs. I got Arcanist on 1. We knew what it was.
Yeah, man.
If you didn't know what it was, you're not a true player.
To be honest, a part of me panicked for a moment because you went to search the deck and I was like, no, search the Arcanist. And Paul was like, well, we might have it in hand.
I opened Arcanist.
Because I was like, I know he's one of our newer players and all, but even still,
Come
that's
on,
That doesn't mean a thing.
It's
Clearly dominating this game.
One of our locals wanted to play this deck, and I said to her, "Listen, I was thinking about you last night in a safe for work manner."
yeah.
And I said, "If you play this, I'm sitting on Arcanist, and you're waiting for Cymru."
absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
But then he came down in the first damage. Did you guys see that?
and I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that probably helped you though, because like Taylor, I think probably felt quite confident that he wasn't going to see another one for a while.
Yeah,
But,
that's possible. And he did mess up his CP because I think he had Warrior of Light in hand, and I was thinking, you're holding Warrior of Light, surely you've got the CP to Ami, but then he said he didn't have it. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, we were looking at his list. He's only running 2, so
He's only running 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he ran through them both.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate
There
to
was
see
one
it.
in hand at the end of the turn,
Yeah.
at the end of the game, but at that point you would only use it on Rufus.
No,
And-
if he had one in hand, I think he forgot. But he could have just paid the CP with Warrior of Light. No,
he
it's not
drew
fair.
it after you Shinryu'd.
Ah,
So-
you hate to see it.
Too
You
little,
hate
too
to
late,
see
I'm
it.
afraid.
No, it's a rough time, man. It's a rough time.
So are you 2-0 now? Like two
I'm
wins?
one. So unfortunately, I misplayed my first. So opening game. Can we talk about opening
Yeah,
game?
you can,
Opening game. We draw 5. I'm like, okay. I don't remember what my forwards were. It's not relevant. 2 Edwards. And I'm like, I don't bank on Edwards. You don't know you're gonna play a game against a deck that's gonna be doing stuff from the break. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna need Edwards. You never keep 2 Edwards. Ridiculous. 3 the Edwards back, mulliganed. Armourer. Only backup in hand is Armourer. And I'm like,
Sometimes
okay.
you just have to pay the cost for it, you know?
No, of course you do. So I paid it, of course, and played it out. But I made it ended up in kind of a mono lightning, a mono ice mirror match. And my guy had Laswell on board, and I ended up with Shinryu in hand. So as long as I don't discard this card, I can pay the CP Shinryu, and it's my game. He's empty-handed. It's no problem. What happened was I tunneled and I focused on the last one. I was like, as long as this isn't on board at the end of the turn, I win the game. That's it. So he comes in and he's like, oh, I'll party attack with Laswell and Reno, I believe it was. And I was like, no problem. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as Laswell's not on the board, I'm winning. Block with Phasalis. No problem. I was like, that's where I believe my mistake was, because Phasalis draws me a card. It was done. But that's where the mistake was. So Phasalis dies, Laswell's off the board, and I'm thinking, Shinryu. He's like, all right, this is what I want to check with the judge. If I play another Laswell, does he still discard? I'm like, of course I do.
Yeah.
Of course I still discard. For God's sake, what are we doing here? But yeah, that was the situation. But yeah, the big misplay in that game, of course, was focusing so much on Laswell. I didn't consider the fact that if I just attack with Phasalis, she resolves, I get the CP anyway. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, that was the game.
Oh, great.
Good
So
times.
moving forward now, are there any matchups that you don't want to see going into the final 3 games?
I haven't done any testing against Earth Ice at all.
Okay.
And I played against it once. It taught me a few things about how I should be playing Ice.
Oh yeah. No, well, it's
And,
definitely
Connor,
a
I'm
Connor
guessing.
deck.
It was
yeah,
Connor.
no, I
And
think
was
he
like,
is the
I
only
don't
one
want
representing that.
I don't want to see Earth Ice. Everything else, I've seen it so much. Not necessarily against me, but I've seen it and know it's going to be getting seen. Deck lists have come up in the Discord, things like that. I've been like, let me test against this, let me test against that. Everything else I can play relatively well against. I know what I'm keeping Edwards or Arcanists for. So everything else I'm pretty comfortable playing against, but I don't want to see Earth Ice. That's the reality of the situation.
So, obviously, your deck at the moment, you've been playing for it with a couple of weeks now. Is there any changes to it that you could consider?
So there was a last minute change that I did make, which
Okay.
was I decided to take out Theodore, because I've been playing with Theodore and I've been opening with it a lot and it's been really nice. And I swapped Theodore for Orphan. And the logic behind that was I was thinking, I really love Theodore. He does get Amid on entrance a lot.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
fine, because it's like you want them to discard 3. Usually they're dropping 3 for Ami if they haven't done it correctly anyway, so he's done what he was supposed to do, but he's not on board. The reason I put Orphan in was for 2 reasons. One was the Biblos effect.
Yes.
Biblos resolve, Orphan resolve Biblos every turn. It's very nice, that's fine. And I'm thinking, if I can, Biblos stays on board, so if I have Shinryu Celestial like I did in that game, I can save Biblos from getting Amid as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're just getting that Biblos effect every turn. I think the logic was, if I'm just a better player, I'll play Orphan better. Theodore doesn't give me the option to play better. But if I'm just better, Orphan works well.
Well, I'm sure that everyone in the chat will pass on their best wishes of don't do what Sammy Nash did and play Orphan in main phase 2, and you'll be fine. Because we were sat here
We have
just
that
going,
backed up prayer,
nasty.
by the way.
You gotta have that. That's gotta be a little short. Be like, what not to do shorts. Playing some kind of crazy music. But yeah.
But again, man, really well played.
Yeah,
Congratulations
yeah.
on your win there. Hopefully you go on to win a few more.
That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the hope. Thank you guys for having me on. Hopefully
Yeah,
I'll see you guys soon.
absolutely. Guys,
Pleasure.
we will be right back.
Stay tuned.